Welcome to Join Our Town. I'm your host, Kathy Riley. Our guest today is Krueger, President of Concordia University, Irvine. Our issue is education, and our topic is an education at Concordia University, Irvine. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, Kathy. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's great having you. Concordia is a Lutheran Christian university. What experiences and training have prepared you to be president of Concordia University?
I think I would go back to my childhood. I grew up in a parsonage. My father was a Lutheran minister, and my mother was an elementary school teacher. And so from my earliest days, faith and education have been very, very important.
Wow.
And those two forces really helped shape me throughout my life. So I went to a Lutheran high school, I went to a Lutheran university, and then when I started teaching, I taught at a Lutheran high school in Portland, Oregon, Lutheran College at Concordia University in Mequon, Wisconsin. And then I finally came to Concordia Irvine in 1986, was an English professor, became Dean of Arts and Sciences, I became Provost, which is Chief Academic Officer. And then I left Concordia for 5 years and became the president of the Concordia University system. Our church body, the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, runs 10 different Concordias around the country. And so I was able to visit each one of those schools multiple times, and I brought back with me things that probably should be duplicated and some things that should be forgotten as president 6 years ago here at Concordia University in Irvine.
Wow, wow, quite a resume you have there. You noted that your leadership priorities when you first took on your role as president were faithfulness and excellence. How do those priorities still apply to your vision?
You know, they really do. Some people say that what we're trying to do at Concordia Irvine is impossible, and that is to stress Christ-centered, faith-based education as well as to provide excellent academic programs. Some people say you have to choose one of those, but at Concordia we remain faith-based, Christ-centered, and also offer excellent academic programs. You know, the slippery slope theory, right? Some of the best schools in our country began as faith-based. Think of Harvard, Yale, Princeton, excellent schools today, but they have largely turned their back on their religious roots. At Concordia University, we remain faithful to our Lutheran Christian heritage and also offer excellent academic programs.
Wow. Well, thank you. Congratulations also. How is higher education changing, and how is Concordia meeting these needs for its students? Like, what new and innovative programs does Concordia offer?
You know, the biggest innovation in higher education the last 10 years has been technology. And many schools are offering courses online for students. And Concordia is no different. We also offer face-to-face traditional classes. We offer blended classes. But we are also into this online market. So many of our students who are working adults can't come to school full-time. Many of these adults have families, and so we offer online programs so that they can do their coursework at their own time and in any place where they have access to a computer.
Wow, that's really good to know. A lot of people probably don't think you could take a Christian course online.
Absolutely, absolutely. Many of our programs for adults are online.
That's great. That's really great to know. People are so busy now.
Yes.
You know. What would you say to someone who's questioning a college degree today?
College is very important today. It's important to enter the job market. There are actually many positions which require a college education. And so if a young person wants to be successful, a college degree is a pretty good stepping stone to success. Just as importantly, of course, a college degree teaches a person more about himself, more about the world, and in our case, more about his or her Lord. So college education still one of our top priorities for a young person today, I would say.
Wow. For someone who's thinking about college, a recent high school graduate, a professional looking for a management promotion or career change, how does Concordia University Irvine help them make that decision?
Well, we think we're a very good choice for people across the spectrum. Our classes are small for undergraduate programs. We have about 22 students per class, and so our profs are able to provide attention both in class for those students, but also have office hours before and after class. We also offer what we think is a first-class liberal arts education at Concordia. The average college graduate today will change careers 4 to 5 times.
That's so expensive.
It is. And so what good liberal arts education does, it provides a basis for a person who changes career so often to have something to fall back on. So those critical thinking skills, creativity, ability to work in groups, clear communication skills, those are skills that are transferable to almost any vocation, almost any career that you might advance to after graduation.
Great, good, excellent. A degree today has to be relevant and sometimes specific to an industry. What does Concordia University Irvine do to make sure that their students are graduating with the right skills in order to work on their vocation?
Yeah, you know, we do market studies and we see what businesses in the community are looking for. Today, most positions are in either business, healthcare, or education. We have many more students in the last few years coming to Concordia to study to be teachers. The baby boomers are finally retiring, and there are many openings now in our public schools throughout Orange County and Southern California. So we're attuned to that, and we provide excellent teacher preparation for
That's surprising.
those
So
students.
just so people are aware, it seemed like there was a shortage of positions a while back, but now there's a lot of openings so people can still pursue becoming a teacher and have a job to go to.
That's exactly right, Kathy. Exactly right. The districts are starting to hire again, and Concordia graduates have a great reputation in that market. Those school districts want our students as student teachers, and often those student teacher experiences turn into offer for full-time positions. There's one other market that's kind of curious. We found that there are many students, millennials, who are idealistic, and they would like to start a non-for-profit. So they have the passion, they have the heart to do that, but oftentimes what they lack are the kind of the hard skills. And so we're starting to offer just next year a bachelor's degree in nonprofit leadership. And that program will teach skills in marketing, in management, and in finance, so that these idealistic young people can fulfill their dream and start this not-for-profit in a way that is sustainable.
Well, that sounds like great. That sounds wonderful. Your university started in 1976 as Christ College Irvine. Your name later changed to Concordia University Irvine. Today, however, your School of Theology is named Christ College. What is the mission of Christ College?
Very good question. Yes, we did start in 1976 with 36 students. Can you imagine that, starting a university with 36 students? Took a lot of courage. 5 faculty members, 1 building. And yes, today we're celebrating our 40th anniversary, and we have about 4,500 students today. Wow. We did retain the original name of our college, Christ College, and that college is now our School of Theology. The professors in that school offer our theology classes that are required for graduation. Wow. So our undergraduates are required to take an Old Testament class, a New Testament class, and a class in basic Christianity. So the Christ College professors teach those classes. We also have a master's program in theology taught by Christ College professors, an MA in theology and culture, as well as have a cross-cultural ministry center. We bring in folks who have a heart to start ethnic ministries, and our faculty teach those men how to plant a mission in an ethnic community all around the world.
Wow, you do a lot. It's amazing. Concordia University Irvine is known for its music and theater programs. However, there's something that the university does that's unlike many universities who offer these programs. Tell us what that is.
That is a little curious. Some of the bigger schools in the area populate their ensembles, their choirs with music majors. At Concordia, most of the people who participate in our choirs and orchestras are not music majors. They're preparing to be teachers, to be business people, maybe major in psychology. They just love, though, to sing and to play and to perform. So that is a little different take on what one normally thinks of when you think of a college choir or college orchestra.
Definitely. Despite changes in today's fast-paced world, what traditions, principles, and values will remain the same at Concordia?
Good question. I'll go back to our original statement, and that is we want to remain faithful to our Lutheran Christian heritage and to continue to offer high-quality academic programs. One of our taglines, Kathy, is that we're known as the Great Commission University. We've been known for that from our beginnings in 1976. We continue to prepare young people to go and make disciples of all nations.
Great.
That will never change.
That's wonderful. Concordia has a presence in the local community as well. Can you please share a few examples of what your students or maybe one, because we're running out of time pretty soon, of what your students and faculty do for your neighbors in Orange County and Southern California at large?
Good question. Many of our education students who want to practice their tutoring skills tutor at the Orange County Rescue Mission at their Village of Hope. Those folks have needs when they come back from school to prepare for their next days, prepare for their lessons, and our education students provide tutoring. That's just right next door in Tustin from where we are.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. What are some unknown assets and benefits of Concordia that you'd like to share that others may not be aware of?
Well, our athletic teams have won 5 national championships in the last 6 years. I've been president for 6 years. I'm sure there's no cause and effect relationship there,
Great.
but it's a wonderful place not only to study and to learn, but also a great place to participate in athletics. I would also cite that our forensics team, our parliamentary debate team, has won the national championship 2 of the last 3 years.
Wow.
So these are wonderful, sharp students who study and work very hard, and they came home with these huge crystal trophies 2 out of the last 3 years in parliamentary debate.
Wow. We have about a minute left. When you initially joined Concordia 6 years ago as president, you voiced your plans for the university, building up the endowment, adding new programs, and attracting new students. Do these plans still hold today?
They do, and it's a complete team effort, of course. We have doubled the size of our endowment in the last 6 years, and we have plans to build a new music, worship, and theology building. You referenced Christ College before. That's where these faculty members will be housed, and we are providing additional space for our growing music programs in this new music, worship, and theology building, which we hope to start building in the summer of 2017.
Great. Wow. Well, thank you so much. This has been so informative. Thanks so much for coming and sharing this information.
I enjoyed it very much.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back after this message.
The heart of Concordia is people. We are all about relationships, relationships with our students, relationships with our colleagues, and our staff members. So the heart and soul of Concordia really is about people helping other people grow in their faith, grow in their knowledge of the particular profession, and grow in their knowledge of Jesus Christ. I believe Concordia is distinctive. We Lutherans believe in the concept of vocation. We believe that training students for excellence in their chosen occupation is actually a way that they can please God. I think you will find at Concordia wonderful faculty members who will welcome you as a brother or sister in Christ and who will help you grow not only in your faith, but also in your academic preparation, so that you in turn, when you graduate, can be of service to the church and also to people everywhere. My name is Kurt Krueger. I'm the president at Concordia University in Irvine, California.
Thank Thank you for joining us. Our guest is Stephen Christensen, Dean of the School of Business at Concordia University, Irvine. Our issue is education, and we're going to discuss what the School of Business at Concordia University, Irvine has to offer. Hello, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Kathy. My pleasure.
Yeah. Concordia University, Irvine is a Lutheran Christian university. What experiences and training have prepared you to be the Dean of the School of Business?
Well, my joking answer would be 23 years being born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and surviving that experience.
Wow.
But the serious answer is I spent the last 30 years of my career in higher education here in Southern California. Worked at the UC system, the Cal State system, secular private university, and now at a Christian private university. So I've worked for several business school deans, senior level management since 1991, and I'm not sure there's a training or preparation course, but that's how I have come to this position.
Wow, very exciting. Concordia is known as the Great Commission University. How does this look at the intersection of business and ethics?
Well, the Great Commission, taking the gospel to all nations. And when you think about the Great Commission, we often think about missionary trips and going around the world and sharing the gospel. The 1040 window being the best example. But when you think about the business community and the opportunity for Great Commission work, we call it the 9 to 5 window. And in the business marketplace, there are many, many people who don't know Christ and who might not ever visit a church. So the opportunity you have through your business and through your work to be the light of Christ and share that message in how you work and the relationships you develop, it's a wonderful mission field.
That's great. Wow. The School of Business is home to the largest undergraduate program at Concordia. Briefly describe the majors available for someone looking to earn their bachelor's or master's degree.
So it is the largest program, and I'm very pleased with that. 2 of our daughters graduated from the Business School of Concordia.
Congratulations.
One is in management and one in accounting.
Great.
So I know firsthand that it's a great program.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 majors in economics and management, and then we have emphases. So it's sort of like a major, and so it could be accounting, finance, marketing. We just started a new one in big data, data analytics, and then we have sports management and marketing and international business. So the students are seeking out the business degrees that we have to offer.
That's great. I'll bet you're hearing some success stories with that.
I do.
Well, you have too, so we know that's true.
I know firsthand.
Your business majors get to choose a concentration or emphasis. What are those concentrations, and what are the 3 most popular?
So, I just went through them. So the most popular, I would say marketing, international business, but also accounting. All of our programs are very good, very competitive, but the accounting graduates are sought after the most. They're well trained, and it's interesting because the big accounting firms, like the top 4, will tell you at their corporate headquarters that they only recruit at top 100 ranked business schools.
Wow.
However, every year there's recruiting at our school from the local office.
That's really a compliment.
And so the local people know that if they want some local good talent, that they'll come over to our school and get our business students because, it's a smaller class environment, and so we've been blessed with the faculty and the students like that.
Well, excellent job. Congratulations. Wow. Why are students choosing these business concentrations?
Well, I think what we're finding is students are coming to us more often now, already knowing what their interest is. I have a freshman working for me. You don't get into your major till sophomore, junior year, but he knows he's international business. My daughter knew she was going to be accounting, marketing people. So what they're finding is people are coming, the students, better prepared of knowing themselves and their propensities. The numbers people going for finance or accounting. So I think we're seeing more and more coming in knowing how they're wired and then pursuing those degrees.
So they already know what they want their majors to be when they come in.
Occasionally you'll get some changing and some shifting, particularly I would say in the accounting as an example. Someone will come in, I have a student, she came in and she wanted to study accounting. Accounting's fairly rigorous.
I know, I tried to
She's now a marketing major and loving it. So, if they know what they want and they put in the work, but most of them are coming in, but they do have some changes depending upon how the the course matched up with what they expected it to be.
Yeah, that's impressive. Just the fact that you're solely highly accredited with accounting, because I was a banker for 7 years, and then I tried to take an accounting class, and it was the reverse of everything I learned in banking, credits
Right.
and debits. But I thought, oh my goodness, you guys, that's amazing. So I'm very impressed just by that and everything else. Do you find that students are coming in, so you're finding that students are coming in with majors in mind?
Yes.
Often. Many college students are graduating with degrees and debt, and sometimes without a job. How is your School of Business ensuring that students are valuable in the marketplace in order to secure not just a job, but a career?
So a couple of ways. First of all, we really don't want to graduate job takers. We want to graduate job makers. And
That's good.
so for the Concordia student, they will be technically competent in whatever discipline, but we're also trying to inculcate the entrepreneurial mindset. The entrepreneurial mindset is one that sees problems as opportunities, that is always asking the what if question. And so even though they have their major, this issue of high levels of emotional intelligence, of creativity, of innovation, we help them sort of, instead of just learning theory of business, we do business. And so we have a very practical approach, a very hands-on approach. We encourage internships. Actually, it's required to graduate. So all of them have already had positions and been in business. So they bring these marketable skills to them.
So they intern with a business to partner, like to learn how to be a business owner,
yes,
kind of thing?
Well, not only how to be a business owner, but how to be a business leader. And so they will have business experience coming out of the school. But then we have other activities. For example, we have an Institute for Strategic Marketing, where our students actually take on consulting jobs under the direction of a faculty member and develop marketing plans for local companies. And they're paid. And so we're having them do business. And I guess the thing we talk about is to think outside the book. So it's not just book knowledge, it's the practical nature of the education that we're trying to do.
That's great. Wow, good job.
Well, we have great faculty that do that.
The hands-on is so important, because you can learn about it in a class, but to actually do it is a totally different
Right, so that's really, I would say, is the difference, is the doing of the business.
Wow, excellent. Are Concordia students working in Orange County?
They are. Most of our students come from within 4 or 5 hours. We're a regional university. You know, Orange County is such a diverse economic community, from medical devices to pharmaceuticals to high technology, service sectors. So it's a very diverse economy. And so Orange County actually led the nation in the job recovery and job creation after the last recession. So actually, between all of the universities in Orange County, we're still short the number of college graduates needed for the jobs that the county requires.
Well, that's great for the people looking for jobs. Bad for the businesses, but...
It's bad for the businesses, but we're trying to graduate students that are prepared and help them grow their businesses. And so the entrepreneurial mindset also, whether they start a business or not, we're training them to think like the owner.
Smart.
So that's one of the things we focus on.
Wow. With emerging technologies, a business major today looks different from 15 to 20 years ago. What are the top 3 trends in business majors today across the United States?
So that's a good one, because you know, 20 years ago, there are people in jobs today in positions that didn't even exist 20 years ago.
Right.
And there's people that are graduating today that will be in positions in 10 years that didn't even exist. So we're teaching them about flexibility, about lifelong learning, about understanding data. But I think the most important is that IBM did a survey of 1,500 CEOs nationwide and talked about what the #1 quality they're looking for college graduates. That #1 quality is creativity. And so we're encouraging our students, again, not just to be technically competent and spiritually mature as well, but also to think about how they can add value and do things and innovate. And so innovation is the key for growing companies. So whether that's learning more about how to use big data, how to work well on a team, how to communicate, those are the sort of skills that we're developing for the students that are going to be in the workforce 5 years, 10, 20 years from now.
Those are important because things change so fast.
Change fast.
And you have to keep up with it.
And so we encourage them to embrace change. Change is okay. It's your friend.
Change is how it is.
It's how it is.
That's how it's always going to be now.
It always is.
Now that we're in the technology era, you know, it's just going to go on and on. In your opinion, what are the top 5 things to consider when choosing an MBA program?
So there are many variables in an MBA program, and we've been blessed. Our program enrollment is strong, and it's held steady, about 150 annually. So I think one of the things you have to look at is the faculty. Who's teaching you? So for our MBA program, I think the benchmark distinction is all of our faculty have been in the business that they're teaching. So the accounting professors have had their own accounting business. The finance professors, the marketing have run their own marketing agencies. So you can have faculty who are very theory-based and have PhDs, but maybe have never worked. So we have a combination of faculty who have work experience, but also have a depth of the discipline that they're teaching. So that's number one. Of course, price is always an issue and a question. You have really high-priced ones, then you have low-priced ones. So you look at what your affordability index is, and then depending, where you work, something that's convenient, either close to your house, to your work, or something like this. Those are some of the reasons people choose the Concordia MBA program.
Great. Concordia School of Business has centers of excellence. Tell me about the Center for Public Policy and how people can benefit from it.
So the center was founded by an individual who spent a 30-year career in public financial management. And so we're preparing students for work in the business field, but at the same time, government agencies also need business people. And so there are many jobs in the government sector, finance, accounting, marketing, management, and so we're preparing them for that, number one. And number two, the center also provides a voice for the discussion of policy issues affecting the community as well.
Great. Another of your centers for excellence is the Center for Faith and Business. Tell me about this initiative.
Oh, that's one of my favorite, of course. Started 2001. A survey shows that about 80% of people in the workplace really cannot make the connection between their faith and their work. I think the big issue here is we wanted to give voice to the issue of work, secular work, being important to God. And if you think back about the doctrine of vocation that came out of the Reformation, before the Reformation, medieval church said that there's sacred work and secular work, and the two are not connected. Well, as we studied the doctrine of vocation, and as Martin Luther said, all work is sacred work. He called it the sacredness of secular work. And so when people begin to understand that all work is done for the honor of God and the service to the neighbor, if they can have a paradigm shift and begin to see their work as an extension of their faith, then I think they'll have a greater satisfaction. So the Center for Faith and Business was designed to give voice and to be an opportunity to talk about those issues.
That's great. Wow. Thanks for doing all that. That's so helpful. I love it. In the last couple of minutes, what's the most important thing people can take away from this discussion? What do you want to leave our viewers with today?
Well, what I would say is that a few things. Number one is we want to develop students who are competent in their business techniques, but also spiritually mature. So it's a combination of business competency and spiritual growth, number one. And then number two is that the workplace and doing secular work is equally as important as the work that someone might do in the church on Sunday.
Excellent. Are you finding people are taking the gospel out into their businesses after attending your college?
I think they are, and more importantly, they're working in such a way that they reflect the light of Christ, and that's really the most important piece.
Lead by example.
I call it work style evangelism.
Yes, excellent. That's really important. Be a light.
Be the light, yes.
If you just say it and you're not acting it, then it's
exactly,
not helpful.
And that's where business competency and spiritual maturity.
Yes.
Because you have to be very good at the business, but also strong in your faith.
Yeah, excellent. And people they'll want to know Christ if they're watching people have be an example.
They'll ask questions.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been so informative. We really appreciate you coming.
My pleasure.
Here.
Glad to be here.
Okay. We hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much for watching Joy in Our Town, where joy is in the solution.
This program has been sponsored by the Trinity Broadcasting Network and made possible by your telethon dollars. Your continual support can keep Joy in Our Town brought to your home every day. So write Joy in Our Town, P.O. Box A, Santa Ana, California, 92711.